Hello everyone, in this Unity tutorial I'm going to show you how to change the volume based on the player's distance away from the target. So in my scene I have a ground, the player, and inside the player I have the camera attached to it, and then I have the target. In my assets folder I have the audio that I'm going to be playing, and then I have the materials to distinguish the game objects, and then I have a scripts folder to put the scripts in. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, I already created the player script. Let's take a look at it. So in the script, I have move speed declared as a float and initialized to 5. And then I have a private movement method where I'm getting the horizontal axis so I can move the player left and right using the A and D keys or the arrow keys. And I'm multiplying by time.delta time to keep a frame rate independent. And then down here I'm getting the vertical axis so I can move the player forwards and backwards. And then down here I'm updating the positions using transform.translate. Okay, now let's create our new script. And let's call it target. Let's remove the comments. Then up here let's create a private player. And let's call it player, and then a private audio source, and let's call it audio source. This will be where we put the sound, and then a serialize private float sound distance, and let's initialize it to maybe 30. So this value will be used to play the sound if the player goes within the range of 30. But if they go outside the range of 30, the sound stops. And then we can do a serialize private float volume value changer, and we can initialize that to maybe 1. So this value will be used to change the volume depending on how far or close the player is away from the target. So now in the start method, let's do player equals find object of type player, and then we're going to do audio source equals get component audio source, and we're using get component because the audio source will be attached to the target. And now under the update method, let's create a private void volume changer, and then inside here I can do a float distance equals vector 3.distance, and it takes 2 parameters. One parameter will be the current position, and the other parameter will be the player's position. So we can do transform.position and player.transform.position. Then we can do an if statement saying if distance is less than the sound distance and distance is greater than 0, then we can do audio source dot volume equals math f dot clamp, and this takes 3 parameters. The first parameter will be the volume value, and then it'll be clamped between a minimum value that you specify and a max value that you specify. So we can do volume value changer divided by the distance, and let's clamp it between 0 and 1. And then we can do an else statement saying audio source dot volume equals 0. That's if the player is outside the range of the volume distance. Okay, now let's call the method in the update. And let's save it up, and let's go back to Unity. In the player, let's attach the player script onto it. And then for the target, let's add the audio source. And let's add the music that we want to play in the audio clip. And also make sure to turn looping on. And then let's attach the target script. Alright, let's test it out. So as you can see, the closer I get to the target, the volume goes up. And if I go far away, the volume approaches 0. And if I get close again, the volume goes back up. So that is all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.